right. Well, welcome everyone to the Carnegie Historical Museum. My name is John Godwin. I'm a volunteer here at the museum, and this is our monthly farm presentation. We've done this for 38 months now, I believe, and it just keeps getting stronger. So we're really enjoying these. Tonight we have the Baird Family Farm, Barney and Verda Baird, and we have their children, Randy, Ron, and Diane Klosterman, with us today. The farm Barney and Verda were married in 1954, and the farm was purchased in 1962, 235 acres. And it said they moved there in 1963. Is that right? About right around that time? Yeah. And so this is in Cedar Township here in Jefferson County. So we're just going to have a little chit chat today and talk about some of the things going on at the farm and some farm history that we grown up and things like that. So I kind of wanted to, if you want to introduce your family members that are here, just so they're, if you, Randy, I'll start with you. Yep.
My wife Jan's here, and two of her grandchildren, Remy and Amara. They live in Eagan, Minnesota. They've been here all week, so that's been a treat. And let's see, special friend, Dial Van Fleet. He's almost like family. I worked with him for probably nearly 40 years, but great man.
Very nice. And Ron, do you have family here tonight?
My family, we work odd hours. I work nights. She works days. We come and go morning and evening. My three grown children are all married and carrying on with their own careers too. Nice. So, nice. Yeah, proud of my three kids. So
nice. And Diane?
My husband Ken is here, and my very good friends Dave and Diana Huff of Libertyville, Iowa are here, and so I appreciate them coming tonight, and we're just delighted to be here and be a part of this.
Well, great. That's great. Were you all born here in the county, or where were you guys born at?
Well, I was born in Burlington, and when they moved here in March of '63, I was in kindergarten, 6 years old. So,
all right.
I guess.
Yeah, born in 1959 in Burlington.
Yeah.
Their previous farmstead was over by Yarmouth, and I have very, very vague memories of that homestead or whatever, and there's nothing remaining of that now. The road goes right through what used to be the house. So
I see. Diane?
And I was born here in Fairfield about a year after they moved here.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So then I imagine you all went to school here then, or did you go to the local elementary schools, or did they have schools out near your farm back in the day?
We went to Lockridge for elementary. You went to Lockridge all the way or part way?
I went part way to Lockridge, and when Diane got to kindergarten, there was no room for her at Lockridge, and Randy had moved to junior high, so to economize on the bus travel, they moved me to Pence, 5th and 6th grade, and we all graduated respectively here. So
nice. So what is your current occupation is running the farm, is that correct, Randy?
Yeah. I'm the farmer of the bunch for Mom's farm, or my parents' farm, and I used to work at Reef Grain a lot of years, and but I'm over 65. I'm out of that business.
I bet. And Ron, how about you? I know you said you work nights.
Still driving for XPO. I run nights to either Davenport, Des Moines, or Kansas City, and then return the following morning and go to bed when y'all's getting up for breakfast. So, my wife owns and operates My Chic Boutique in Ottumwa, a ladies' consignment store that I highly recommend. So.
And how about you, Diane?
I work at a company in Cedar Rapids by the name of Paramount Health Options, and we credential providers throughout the state of Iowa. I've been there 7.5 years, and before that I was with a agriculture-related company for 30 years by the name of Diamond V in Cedar Rapids. So.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So did all your children go to school? Were they raised here, or were they raised in Cedar Rapids? You moved away right after school, or?
I moved away right after graduating from high school.
Okay.
And went up to Kirkwood College for a year and met my husband Ken there, and the rest of that is history of 38 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, good. And did you folks you guys have any kids that went to school here or
Oh yeah,
graduated here?
our
or-
two born and raised here, and
So,
they have careers. I guess they both attended Iowa State. It was an excellent school. I'd recommend it to anybody.
gotcha.
My three children all graduated Fairfield High. Very little college, but the School of Hard Knocks, they've done well for themselves. So, like I say again, I'm proud of them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. There's a lot of that. I mean, you have so much schooling, but also getting out there and learning is another thing too. Like just like growing up on the farm, the things you learn on a
Daily basis.
on a farm on a daily basis. Do you guys know how your family originally obtained the land, or do you know who they purchased it from back in the day?
Oh, I've seen the contract, right, Diane?
Right.
Or A.E. LaBall, I think that was the man's name.
Okay. Do you have any idea how much they paid per acre for something like that back in 1962?
It was in the 200s,
It's
wasn't
like,
it?
I think, low 200s per acre.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's,
Yeah, it seems like pennies today, doesn't it?
yeah, times have definitely changed on that.
Oh, my.
Are there any of the original buildings still left on the farm from when you folks moved in?
Just a silo.
Just a side.
No.
Yeah,
Kidding.
silo and a base of an old windmill.
Oh, wow. Is it?
Only the concrete base. When I say the base, all the structure's gone. But
Yeah, you bring up a good point. He built all the other ones, I don't know, 3 or 4 machine sheds, grain bins, house. He had that, ability.
you say he, but I remember driving nails too.
Oh, yeah. Ron and I both drove nails. And they hit Ron and Dad both helped me construct the machine shed in '89
nice.
at my house. So he had a lot of experience.
Yeah, on a side note to that, when we say build a machine shed, we built our own truss rafters. We laid out lumber on the floor, and 1964, the building's still standing strong. We must have done something right.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the materials at to build the buildings?
Oh, I think he worked with the local lumber yard. He's still running it, Fred
Oh,
Chappie.
Okay.
He worked at Stockport for a lot of years, and he's been in Fairfield now, what, 5 or 10, I lose track. But
Oh, okay. Very nice. So the house is no longer there either that you guys grew up in, or?
no,
Okay.
it was taken down and a new one built in 1979.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. So growing up,
Third floor of the
what did you
library.
guys have for electricity? I mean, did you have
there.
the regular, like what we have now, or did your
floor. We're in
folks have to bring
Oh, wait.
electricity
No,
into
wait,
the area?
No,
or-
Second floor.
electricity was there. No, and plumbing.
Second floor.
Okay. Alrighty.
They touched on this a minute ago over at Yarmouth. It was an outhouse.
Was it really?
Yeah. So I never experienced a bathroom until after that.
Oh, okay.
Moved over here.
So pretty much that time that, the 60s or whatever, things were really kind of starting to modernize than
Yeah, that's
what your
correct.
parents probably had to grow up with.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine back. Did they ever have any stories about having to go out in the snow to the outhouse or anything like that back in the day, or any electric issues they had to deal with back in the
I got to
day?
think about that a minute.
Yeah, the outhouse was a storage shed when I grew up.
Oh,
so
okay. Very nice.
I don't know. I think the restroom in the house was functional when they moved in, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So
I know where they live is on some flatter ground out there, and the roads got really bad when we were young. We couldn't hardly get to school. The bus couldn't come down the road, and I remember riding with Dad in his truck, and it just rained all the time, kind of like it's done around here.
Yeah,
the last
lately. Yeah.
couple of weeks. It just every time you turn around, it was raining, and
Was it a mud road or dirt road?
no, it was a
or-
gravel road, but the bottom just went out of it. This is in the spring, of course, when the
Right.
frost went out. I suppose March, April. I don't remember now, but.
yeah, you touched on going to school. All I can remember is Beverly Horton drove a international travel all was our bus to take us to Lockridge. And I remember the old windshield wipers. You could follow them with your eyes. So
It probably held what, 8 or 10 kids.
yeah, but we were kind of the fringe area, and she never missed. I gotta give her kudos, because that travel will go anywhere. So
Did you have a long ride on the bus back in the day, or?
I remember it being a long ride, like one of the first ones on, one of the last ones off.
I see.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of riding time in the old International back in the day.
Well, yeah.
that was only first year or two. But yeah.
Oh, I see.
Whether we went to Lockridge or Fairfield, it's approximately 9 miles.
Oh, okay.
I mean, then time you go around to get others, I suppose you would have been on it an
It was
hour.
a long ride.
Yeah.
Long, and especially in the wintertime, I imagine, when it's nice and cold out and everything.
Yeah.
Now, up in the display case, there is a rotary telephone. And I grew up with a rotary telephone, so I know what that's about too. But is there any special significance to that one in the display case there? It looked like it has your old phone number on it.
It has the old phone number on it, and of course, growing up, you're always on a party line.
Oh, okay.
And so that could be somewhat entertaining, especially when you're in high school talking to maybe your best friend on the phone and you hear somebody else picking up, listening in or whatever, but that's just all part of being on a party line back in the day.
I bet. Did you have a really long cord so you could go into another room?
No, it wasn't very long. I could hardly get around the refrigerator and sit on the kitchen counter to talk.
Okay.
So, yeah. and Dad really didn't like me talking on the phone a long time either. There was something about that he didn't like. So.
Oh, I see. Yep.
They were pretty short calls.
That's funny. Oh, goodness. What chores did you all have growing up? Did you actually? Let me get to what kind of livestock did your folks have growing up? And
Well,
what chores
I
did you have to
remember early years, he had cows. Both the neighbors had Angus cows, Clarence Trawl and Paul Prince. So he had Herefords, because if they got through the fence, everybody knew whose was whose.
Oh, okay.
And then, let's see, what was I saying? Then he got out of the cows and just had feeder cattle.
Okay.
And then feeder pigs. Didn't have any sows.
So what?
Fed out hogs.
Did he, okay. So what did you have to do? Did you have to do anything before you went to school in the morning?
Yeah, feed the cattle, silage. You remember some of that?
Yeah, scooping silage by hand and carrying it
Yeah.
50 feet to a wooden bunk.
Oh, I see. How about you, Diane? Do you have to do any of that before you went to school? You let these guys
I
handle
was
all that?
The daughter that got to stay in the house and help Mom more so.
I
But
see.
we did have some laying hens, so I did get get the eggs and wash those and stuff, and help
very
Mom
nice.
with the garden. She always had a fresh garden every year. And,
Oh, okay. How big was the garden?
just large enough for our family. It
Mm-hmm.
was just primarily sweet corn, green beans, some tomato plants,
Peas.
a few peas in the early years, maybe even strawberries. But
Seems like
Yeah.
a typical family farm.
typical, yeah.
for
She
to
did
feed
a
your
lot of
family.
canning and tomato juice and all that too.
Did you guys
so.
get to help out with that as well? The canning. I see there's some of the canning items upstairs
Oh,
and the pots, and
right.
obviously they got cooked into
Right.
so you could can it. But
Yeah.
nice little special memories that you have up there
Definitely. Mhm.
in there. So, so what did your folks do? What did your dad do? Was he mainly farming that land as well, or did he have another job as well, or?
No, he's full-time farming. The only thing I remember him doing on the side was custom spraying. He had these old Hagee sprayers, and he did some custom work along in those lines.
Oh, okay.
And it was a neighborhood aspect back then. We baled hay together, we built fence together, so there was always camaraderie or whatever in the neighborhood. So
Very nice. Did you ever have to barter anything like your eggs or with other neighbors trade and do any of that? Or
just kind of traded labor, but yeah.
Trade labor, yes, most of it.
I see. Now I see your mother's first dress. It said the first dress of her first job up there, and it's a blue dress. And where did she
Oh.
have her first outside the farm job? I guess it
Sure.
said.
She grew up in Burlington, Iowa, and she worked at McKesson's in Burlington.
Oh,
And I think she worked there up until about the time she had the boys over in the Yarmouth Morning Sun area. She continued to work some even after marriage, but by the time they moved over to Fairfield, though, she was no longer working outside the home. She was a full-time farm wife and
Yeah.
mother.
which was a big thing. I mean, it was a
Yeah.
lot of work back when you had little not as many gadgets as you know to
Right.
do things. So quite a seamstress, it looks like, too. Did you guys get into any sewing or anything? Did you-
Oh, we wore some of her sewing, but I don't think we're helping.
I see. How about you, Diane? Did you?
She was a very good seamstress, considering the sewing machine she had. It was something she purchased right before they were married in '54, and she taught me how to sew on that sewing machine in 4-H.
Nice.
And she sewed a lot for herself and for me, as well as a few of the neighbors. And then when our grandmother got into quilting, they would work as a team piecing the quilts together sometimes. And then my grandmother would hand stitch the quilts.
No kidding.
Yeah, there was a lot of hours on that sewing machine, and Mom did a lot of mending and patching of the boys'
Oh, boy.
blue jeans and coveralls, overalls, and zippers, and she was quite a hand at the sewing machine.
I would say there's some nice looking aprons up there, and some huck weavings up there as well.
The huck weaving was kind of a surprise to me because after she passed and the family started going through all her things in her cedar chest, I never realized that she did that handiwork, and I didn't really know what huck weaving was, and so that was kind of a fun thing to run across. And because I never remember her speaking about it, but she did a little bit of embroidery work, as I think all women did back in those days with, the pillowcases and whatnot. But
Yeah.
yeah, she had her own little niche in her crafting, but
I saw there's a pillow up there sewn with overalls into. Is there a story behind that
run.
up in the display?
At Father's passing, my wife put together Barney wore bibs. If you knew Barney, it was bibs and a farm hat. And so she took the bibs and some of his work shirts and made a couch-sized pillow as memory for the trustees and family. And yeah, I don't remember which one you got upstairs. Sure.
It's either mine or Mom's. I can't remember which
Yeah.
one I brought, but
But,
yeah, very
yeah,
thoughtful.
and
Yeah, those are a nice little tribute.
just a little side note, my mother didn't want that. That's not the way I want to remember Dad. Well, other than bibs and a hat, that's Barney.
Yeah,
So
it was fitting.
But did you guys work on Sundays? Did your parents work on Sundays, or did they? Was that a day that you rested, or?
If there's work to be done,
Yep.
it got after it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's.
but
about-
lunch was at noon and supper was at 6.
Definitely. There was a
Meals
routine.
were meant to happen on time.
Yeah, you ate at noon.
Lot of Sunday visits with grandparents.
Yes.
Nice. Where did they live? Where'd your grandparents live?
Mom's folks were in Burlington, and Dad grew up in Mediapolis area. Mother was the last surviving of any of that generation. So, yeah, aunts and uncles are all passed now. So,
Did you folks have a family vehicle that you remember going to those in, or is there a certain car that you remember early on?
Oh, not necessarily. They seem like they get a different car every 4 or 5 years. I don't know.
Yeah. Mom would usually get a car about every 4 or 5 years, pretty much Chevrolet brand. Dad usually had his pickups. Well, as years gone on, he was getting a pickup about every year or two. That was just,
they were never too new. That was his
Yeah.
quote.
Well, there's a picture up on the display that says Barney's new four-wheeler. And it's a white Chevy truck up there, so I figured that was
Yeah.
part of that there. So
They were never one to really go on vacations.
okay.
Their vacation was spending time on the farm. They just didn't get away, and so I think the treat to themselves was they always had a very dependable vehicle that
Right.
they could rely on. So
Very nice. Any clubs or fraternal organizations you guys belong to? I know you said you were in 4-H. Were you guys in 4-H as
Yeah,
well?
I'd
or
like to
FFA?
expand on that a little.
Okay.
4-H being in 10 years old, you start in 4-H in my days. But anyway, I went to a couple of meetings and all these older kids, and I said that one night, I said, I don't want to go, Mom. I don't know them old guys that are older that much. And this is a learning curve here. When you join a club, whatever you're involved with, you need to be an active member and attend the meetings. And I still remember that to this day. Whether it's nowadays it's a lot of church stuff for Jan and I. And if you're going to be a member, you step up to the plate
Yep.
instead of letting somebody else tackle all the jobs. So that's an old time ago. I mean, that's when I was 10, and here I am a lot more than that now, and I still remember that.
And that's things you pass down to the next generation too, because you remember
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. Did you guys show any animals or anything, or do any
Oh, I had a
projects?
steer all the way through 4-H, just one usually, or maybe two,
Yeah, we always had calves that we took to the fair, market beef,
and yeah.
and
And you started some pigs.
A side note, Mom made endless trips to 4-H meetings and would either go home or wait outside for us to get over with. And I hate to guess how many hours she dedicated towards our growth process, or whatever you want to call that. So
Very nice. And what projects did you have? Did you show any animals as well?
I
or-
showed animals for 2 years, but I didn't do well in leading the calf. I think the calf led me, so
That happens a
I
lot.
kind of got out of that. But I participated in the sewing and some cooking and refinishing projects. I refinished an old steamer trunk
Oh, nice.
that went to the state fair one year, as well as an old secretarial desk. So, yeah, a lot of good memories from 4-H. It was a great club to be involved in, and
Which
I know
club was it?
it was called the Cedar Live Wires.
Oh, okay.
And I don't believe it's any longer in existence, but yeah.
Very nice. And at least you had some nice mentors to help you with your sewing and your
Yes.
projects and
Yeah.
everything. So that was
Yeah.
nice. Do you remember, were you in the same club, or was it a different?
No, it's
Because they were kind of.
Prairie Echoes
Okay.
in Glasgow's where we met in an old schoolhouse, 2-room schoolhouse with an old burner stove. I remember that.
Hildebrands, Freemans,
Oh, I can remember a
just
lot of
several of
those.
those farm families down there, Munson's. So
Yeah. And then I think of some old leaders that I had. He said maybe Paul Hildebrand, Shorty Kennedy, Pam Elmore's dad, Harold Munson, Roger Metz. He passed away young. He had leukemia or something. But anyway, I ended up being a 4-H leader later in life. Those guys were all mentors to me. And when I got asked to do it, I said, I don't have time for that. That was from Norman Atwood. He said, you should be a leader. I said, I don't have time, but it worked out. I had a great Marvin Larson
Yep.
helped me.
Those are my 4-H.
Was
leaders
he?
as well, yeah, both of them.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
It was the Senators then, though. It had changed.
That's
to
right.
Senators,
Well,
so.
when my son went to 4-H, it was Senators. Yeah, that was your leader
Yep,
too.
yep.
He's a great man.
So, did you guys play any sports in school, or any band, or any kind of activities in there, or you mainly the thought with being there and being the farm you had to do?
I kind of remember wanting to be in Little League, whatever age that is, 8, 9, 10, 11, I don't know. Dad said, oh, we're pretty busy. We don't really have time to go to all those things.
Oh,
That was the end of that.
yep. I understand.
For me, you didn't
Yeah.
play Little League, did you?
no, never attempted Little League. Asked him to sign a permission form to play football in junior high, and he said, "No, you got enough to do. So, if not, we'll find more."
Yeah, I can imagine that. So, when you took over the farming, what challenges did you have compared to what you? I mean, had you started already before your dad was still
No, I was.
in Montreal?
Jan and I farmed where we live now, just a mile southeast of town, and I think he was 74, and he wasn't a long conversation historically with me anyway on stuff. He says, I've been farming for 49 years, and it's not any fun anymore. I'm going to get a tenant, and if you want to do it, be the tenant, that's fine. I said, or he said, think about it. I said, no, I don't need to think about it. I'll be happy to do it. So that was in 04, a long time ago now, 20-some years ago. But that was an opportunity to work with my parents.
Did you use the equipment that they had, or did you have your own equipment? Or
No, I rented his when I first started farming to do some planting and harvesting, of course. But after I was his tenant, he didn't need his machinery any longer, so I purchased some of it. A combine, I guess, as I remember, and It just evolved.
I gotcha. When you were growing up, did you guys have to do the repairs yourself on the equipment and the sewing machines and things like
We
that?
drove John Deere's. We didn't have to repair them.
Oh, okay. There, and I was going
Got to get that plug in there.
Well, and also there's a whole book. It says Barney's 19 tractors. Is that what he had over his lifetime? Was 19? And there's pictures of most of
Yeah,
them.
Mom kept good track of that stuff.
Yeah, mom should have been an actuarial. She kept history and all her genealogy.
I see they bought a 1953. They got a tractor, a 60 John Deere for $3,100 is what they paid for
Oh,
it.
my.
So
Yeah, that's what it said in the book.
it's
yeah.
one of the books up there.
I'm sure it's right on.
So it's really neat looking at a lot of that stuff.
I got a side comment. When I got out of high school, that's when he bought a cab tractor.
Oh, okay.
Before that, we had heat housers in the winter.
Oh boy.
I mean, you can relate to that, right, Joe? You're that era.
So
But anyway, that's just
yeah.
the way it worked.
Did you have certain crops you grew back then, and that are different from what you grow now, or did you just grow the crops to feed the animals or feed the chickens?
They grew all their own grain for their livestock, of course. Ron talked about this a moment ago. The neighbors worked together big time, square baling hay, and that was a big deal. And I guess this has been the early ~70s, more or less. But anyway, Dial Van Fleet lived out there, and he had a round baler, and that was the era when things changed. Square baler got parked.
Oh.
And Dial baled a lot of hay for
The
my
teenagers
dad.
that went to college is what happened.
Yeah, that's probably the rest of the story.
Did you ever have to take any livestock to market, or how would you do that?
Well, he
Like
owned
you just take it to the
he still
sale.
got his straight truck.
Yeah.
He had a little straight truck he hauled.
Hogs went to Ottumwa every Monday morning.
Really? How many? Did you have a certain amount? They had, or-
It's right around
He
30.
was a partner in what was known as Swine Ridge, was a farrow, and then we'd bring home feeder pigs, 100 at a time, and we'd have 300 kind of rotating through, and a load would essentially be sold every Monday morning. So,
Yeah, usually around 30 head on a truck. And then the fed cattle, there was a lot of different markets. I mean, I remember Washington was a good one in its day, and then Kelowna here the last 30 years for fed cattle. And
I've heard. I was talking to the gentleman earlier, and he said that he knew your dad. It was at every sale barn, all the time. Every time you go to a sale barn, the Barney would be there.
he historically didn't
stuff out.
miss. Yeah, Wednesdays at Fairfield with Glenn Arnold and I guess Ron McCleary. And then,
yeah, I remember riding the truck down to Kirksville one day to bring home some calves. So when it was time to buy, he would seek out the bargains or whatever. So.
Nice. Do you remember? You guys all remember going? Did you ever go to the sale barn with him?
I
or-
never did. I wish I would have taken that opportunity
Yeah,
to go.
yeah,
But
'cause it just-
spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So.
Had an assigned seat at both Keosauqua and Fairfield.
Oh, no kidding. So you probably didn't have to ever hire any extra farm hands or anything, since everybody kind of helped out and grouped away.
An old friend, Alden Biggs, would come do carpentry work.
yeah, we built those machine sheds or putting on the metal. He'd help with that.
Yeah, when we needed another hand or whatever. But a plumber, an electrician. Dad was his own electrician for the most part. So plumbing, we used Keith Watson. Was it Keith Watson
Yeah.
out of Stockport? Actually plumbed the house that we built 1980. So.
I see. Did you? What'd you do for doctors and hospitals and stuff? Was it mainly the Fairfield area, or did they have doctors making house calls?
No,
Probably not
Mom
back-
would bring us into the Fairfield clinic at the time. I think we were all pretty healthy kids. The only time I remember an emergency was when Ron had a appendicitis,
Oh,
pretty young. That was about the only time I think anybody ever spent time in a hospital.
oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do for recreation when you were kids? Did you have hunting or fishing, or did you guys
You
have any
remember
time
we
for that?
worked a lot.
I remember that. I had it. I've done interviews with people that said they'd never even picked up a gun because they worked so much. So
I didn't do much hunting. Some fishing with our grandpa.
Yeah, our Grandpa Johnson was an avid fisherman, and we ran every pond in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Did you have ponds on your land there? Or?
yeah. There's 3.
Yeah, they were.
They're still there.
Nice. Did you have any
He built them all. Our dad built them all.
Dug them all out? And,
Well, he hired a contractor to build them, but yeah,
we needed to water the cows, so you didn't have the pigs and all that, so you got to have some.
there
source
was
of
a
that.
water source there off that first pond. Yeah, and he was kind of keen on conservation. He built terraces. I don't know how many terraces were in that field where you live. 15.
Yeah, at least a
But,
dozen. Yeah, when he says that, the home place was 250 or whatever number you
35.
had, and then where I live, he purchased a extra 120. 19 what?
85 or 6.
5, I think.
Yeah. And it was an old rundown farm that essentially every building came off and every fence got moved, and so even late in life he was still active, improving, good shepherd of the land, I guess
yeah.
I want to say. You know?
Yeah, there is up in the display a soil conservation award he won in the early 80s. So, which
Yeah.
that's what a lot of that terracing work was starting to be done. I mean, more of it started
Right.
down in early 80s, things like that. So, how about recreation for you, Diane? Did you have any bicycles or anything, or taking them
I
off any
guess-
jumps or
I
anything?
guess we all had our one-speed bicycles that didn't go too far. You
I
know?
gotcha.
Good thing we lived on the flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have friends over, or did they have to help with stuff when they came over?
Oh, wow.
Oh, I think I remember being 16 wanting mom's keys.
Oh boy.
Go to town. I don't remember bringing too many people at that farmhouse. I don't know.
No, maybe an elementary school birthday party, but
Right.
I see.
that's.
Randy, you remember running over a dog?
Yeah, I remember running over Dial's dog a long time ago. He lived on the Glasgow Road, about halfway to town for me, and I was going to work, whatever, 7 a.m., and it was a sad day. Had to go up to his house,
Oh boy.
tell him his dog was hit.
How old were you then?
Oh, I don't know, 20, 21,
Oh, I see.
22, yeah.
I see. There's an RCA record player up there. Did you folks listen to the records a lot, or was that somebody, your mom or dad's? Or
I think that was more mom's. I vaguely remember her listening to it probably in the 70s. She liked the old country type of music, you know, the Johnny Cash and all that. And
do you know where she got her records?
I
at?
don't know the history really behind it all, though.
Okay.
It's one of those things where, you know, now that she's gone, I have so many questions I
It's-
wish I could ask her.
That's the way it always is. I
Yeah.
understand totally. So, also, I wanted to ask about the Snow White lamp. Is that yours, Randy?
Snow White lamp,
There's
yeah.
a Snow White lamp up in the.
Go ahead, Diane, I don't know that
And
story.
again, that's one of those things that it was mom's as a child.
When do you think she got that? Because that has to have been the 40s, 30s.
Probably
I mean,
even the
right
30s.
when the movie
Yeah.
would
So
come
she was
out.
born in 1930, and so again, you know, after she passed, and we were cleaning out things from the house, underneath the stairwell was quite a few boxes, and they all went on top of the ping pong table and got opened up, and we found all sorts of interesting things in those boxes, including a little Snow White lamp. So
I bet.
don't remember her ever really talking about it, but I'm sure it's from her childhood.
Well,
So-
yeah, on that note, as we were cleaning the house or whatever, we came to realize they did not buy furniture. It was all great grandma's, Aunt Joanne's. It was all heirlooms or whatever you want
Right.
to say. That other than the couch and recliner, they didn't buy furniture.
Yeah. And she labeled everything. If she had a little knickknack here or there, on the bottom of it, you could pick it up, turn it over, and it would say from so-and-so.
Oh, very nice.
She was a big, like Ron mentioned earlier, she tracked everything. Which I think of now looking back, you know, I used to think, why did she do all that? But it's made it easier, I guess, to know the history of some of these things that, okay, that's from so-and-so or whatever.
Oh, absolutely. So with all the antiques in there, did they yell at you for jumping on the furniture or anything back in the day? Or breaking anything? You remember breaking anything
Oh,
on the farm?
boy, I can think of something probably.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
You gotta think about that a minute.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Rain, I want to ask you. I always ask this as we're wrapping up here. Do you guys have anything else that you want to add about the farm that you'd like? Because this is on video, so you'll have your grandkids and your future relatives will have this, and they'll be able to remember some of the things. If there's a thing on the farm that you remember from when you were a youth, or anything that.
Not pertaining necessarily to the farm, just that they were very frugal. Their children never wanted. Maybe I didn't have Nike tennis shoes, but I had good shoes, and that's just very honored to have them as parents.
Yes.
Yeah, they may not have been in the front row every Sunday, but they knew the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. I see this girl sitting up here in the front row, Lisa Liblin. I remember when her father was killed, he helped your mom out with some farm work, and I remember that because historically he didn't look for extra work to do, but he helped out Carol.
Very
They
nice.
were good neighbors.
Yeah.
Well, all right. And this pertains to you, Randy. Do you have any advice for new homesteaders starting out? Yeah, I know you said and Ron, you said your parents were frugal. Is that a good thing for people that are starting to be farmers now? So maybe they can have a century farm one day or a golden farm.
I don't know. It's tough. I worked off farm a lot of years. It's just slave away.
Yeah, I can imagine. Or someone would have told you when you first got into it, maybe don't. Or
Yeah, it was tough.
yeah.
See, when I got involved, it was in 80 or 79, I guess, and then the 80s come along. It was tough sledding. But fortunately, I didn't farm much.
I see. So, all right. Do you have anything else, Diane, you want to add, or anybody?
No.
So, okay.
Thank
well,
you, though.
yeah, we had a good time tonight. I want to thank those here in attendance at the Carnegie Historical Museum, and thanks to you guys and your families for coming tonight. We really appreciate and are honored to celebrate your family farm, and we enjoy having you. I also want to thank everybody watching on our Carnegie YouTube channel. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that button in the corner with the bell so you can. When we do come up with things like this, you'll be notified right away of future presentations. And those watching online, we invite you to come into the museum to see our farm displays each month. We'll have it upstairs through the month of August here. It'll have more on the display. And we're located 1 block south of the Fairfield Square at 112 South Court Street. And we're open Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 4. And finally, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And all our social media sites can be found at our Carnegie Museum, CarnegieHistoricalMuseum.com. And you can get to all of our social media sites, and it's our brand new website, so we're pretty excited about it. So, thanks to everybody again and everybody in attendance, and we can't wait to see you at the museum.